Here's a good one, an assault rifle name, but about as traditional a style rifle as you could get. This one really grabbed my attention, the Artemis M16. Hello and welcome to AAR on Air. This week is the turn of the Artemis M16. Silly name for a rifle that looks this nice and traditional. From a looks point of view, it immediately gets my vote. My initial reaction is around its weight, because it does look quite a solid thing and looks like it should give a few Karls a run for the money in the heaviest rifle top trumps game. But shockingly and pleasantly so, it is remarkably relatively lightweight at around 3.1 kilograms unscoped, which is around 6 pounds 14 ounces in Henry VIII speak. It is around 950 millimeters or 37.5 inches ish without the supplied silencer fitted. Fitting this adds another 100 millimeters or about 4 inches. Surprisingly enough, it's not too loud without the silencer fitted, but fitted, this does make a difference. Not only making it quieter, as you would expect, but adds a tonal change to it as well, making it slightly higher pitched. The barrel on this is 460 millimeters long and is available in 177, 22 and 25 calibers. It comes supplied with a single shot tray and a nicely made magazine, which will give 13, 11 and 9 shots respectively. Looking a little closer, this has a shroud over that CN barrel and is finished in a matte black, looking quite classy with a supplied silencer fitted. It has a 210cc air cylinder that is capable of a maximum fill of around 250 bar and has a colour-coded bright oversized gauge on the front that is easy to use, showing this max fill pressure. This is also confirmed on the air tube itself as 25 MPa. The filler port is hidden nicely behind the sprung-loaded front gauge surround. A really nice idea. Nothing to lose there then. Moving back to the breech, there is an 11mm dovetail rail on top, which to me is in keeping with this traditional style rifle rather than a more military style Weaver Picatinny rail. There is a single shot tray supplied in the box, as well as the upgraded magazine. These are lightly magnetized to keep them in place. The magazine cycling and cocking is completed with the short action side lever. Yes, I said side lever on what is essentially a budget rifle. This must be one of the cheapest side lever rifles I know of. The action on the side lever is smooth, yet short and positive in use. There is no play or sloppiness about it at all, but it does take a little more effort than some of the top-end rifles that cost around 5 times as much. But you know what? I can live with that. The stock is apparently German beech and is finished to a really high standard. No rough edges anywhere. It is ambidextrous and has light stippling on the forestock and the grip. And I will admit to really quite liking the lines and design of the stippling. The stock could be accused of being a little square in design with the deep woodwork from breech to trigger guard front, but I quite like the ergonomics of the wood to trigger blending. The buttstock is finished off with a rubberized butt pad in a matching black, which continues to make this rifle look quite simple yet classy. The trigger is a single stage item, which may take a little getting used to initially, but I don't feel it to be a deal breaker in any way. I like the ability to shoot thumbs up or thumbs down with that shaped grip. Now, before we look at the power levels, I just want to highlight a couple of points I've noticed while using this rifle. They are by no means a real negative, more of a nod to the manufacturer to maybe adapt for a Mark II version, who knows. The first thing is that side lever. Brilliant. But it does come to rest on that nice stock, and it could just do with a slight recessed shape in the wood. Then that thumbs up position. It would be really nice, again, to have a small recess for your thumb to rest in. And finally, the safety. It is sure and defined and does a really good job. There's nothing wrong with it at all. But it is a little awkward to get to it, and could have done with a slightly larger recess in the wood so your thumb or finger would be able to operate it easier. None of these points are what you would call a major or a real reason to not add this rifle to your collection, or maybe have as a first-time shooter. It would simply turn a really nice gun into a really great rifle. Let's take a look at the power output then, shall we? This is a 177 caliber version, and I'll use a few pellets to see what the power levels can be, starting with 8.44 grain H&N 8s. These are new from H&N, and I'll give them a try in the target work as well. Well, they saw 775 feet per second, which is 11.26 foot-pounds or 15.27 joules. Then let's try something a little heavier, shall we? Some 10.34 grains, just in case you wanted to use this as pest control tool. Well, it saw 720 feet per second, which is 11.91 foot-pounds or 16.14 joules, which is about as high as you want to go on a sub 12 foot-pound rifle and easily capable of a spot of pest control. I've put a scope on this, and it's time to get it out onto the range and test out the target work. Again, let's stick to around 40 metres. I've dropped a Vector Optics 4-16 Orion on this because it's just about a perfect match of the right size, dimension-wise, and magnification, and it's an excellent budget scope. The Artemis Model 16, or Model M16. Strange name. You'd expect to see some kind of American machine gun going off. Not the case at all. What I've done, I've dropped an Orion scope on it, a favourite of mine, or one of them. I've roughly zeroed it in. It's been raining all day. It's been raining all week, to be honest. I've been wanting to have a go with this. I saw it in the shop when I was down at the shop one day. I thought, that is really nice. I like traditional rifles, traditional wood. It's not expensive. So I thought, I wonder if it's any good. Couldn't wait to get it out. And since then, all it's done is rain. Anyway, we're literally, here we go. We've literally had a break in the rain. It's been awful. And the wind has now got up. So it probably means even more rain is on its way. But we're down at a good 40 metres, and I'm really wanting and interested to know just how this is going to perform, because I like the feel of it. It's comfortable. So hopefully, because it's comfortable, it'll do all right if the wind ever stops. Anyway, enough of this, more of this. Take those off, might be able to see. It's only a single stage trigger. And all you've really got to do is just remember that it is. QIS pellets. It's a nice, short, but a nice feel side lever. There's nothing sloppy about it at all, excuse me. And that is windy. Somebody left a comment on one when I did it in the winter. So, well, why don't you just wait for a dry day and a calm day? Well, one is getting one, which in England you can't guarantee, and the second thing is there you go. We need real conditions, and this is definitely a real condition. If you wouldn't normally come out target shooting on a day like this, but you would come out if you were pest controlling. You don't have a choice. I'm not actually passing comment on it, but this isn't bad at all, is it? That's your magazine. They've pretty much all gone through the same hole. There isn't an awful lot you can say other than, yeah, that's impressive. That is very impressive. Let me go and get the targets and we'll have a look. 40 metres from a full magazine from a cheap Chinese gun. I don't want to hear anything about I'm not buying Chinese. Why would you not? That is impressive. That is seriously impressive. Yes, I've used a QYS pellet. I don't know, it may prefer something else. I may have fallen lucky. But that's not a bad start if all you're then going to try and do is find a better pellet and do that on a calm day and actually spend a bit of time setting everything in, zeroing the scope and everything in. And this is one of the Orion scopes, which I think are superb for the money. Really good value for money, smart money territory. Now, nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. I'm really pleased because I wanted to like this. As you guys know, I like my R10 and it's a similar sort of thing. It's a traditional gun. I do like it. It's not loud. The silencer does work. Nice side lever action. Smart money. Back to the studio before it rains. Nice. I like a traditional rifle, and the one thing I haven't told you yet is the best bit. The price, because you're getting all of this, including the higher power levels, accuracy, side lever, lighter weight, and all the other good stuff for less than £390 UK at the moment. If you're expecting more or wanting any cheaper, well, shall we say questionably unrealistic. As most of you know, I've been doing this for quite a while now, and I remember using and reviewing some of the earlier Snowpeak Artemis stuff back in the day, and the quality and usability was, well, shall we say, questionable. But, blimey, this is really very good, and they have really become a force to be reckoned with, and yet they are still well below other manufacturers on price. Quality-wise, this does stand out, and in the feet per second testing, it saw a shot spread of unsorted pellets of only 5 feet per second. Come on. I like it because it's traditional style rifle. I like it because it's not stupidly heavy. I like it because of its quality. I like it because of its accuracy and usability. And I haven't even mentioned how I like the low price. Oh, I suppose I have mentioned it really, haven't I? Hopefully you've liked this review too. If you have, please give us the old thumbs up, subscribe, share, and click the old notification alarm bell. Check out the guys at Airgun Factory and, of course, the AAR website. A big thank you to the guys at Vector Air, as always, for getting hold of this for me to review for you. Do you think they'll miss it if I just, well, you know, keep reviewing it on an ongoing basis? How about this? This week's comment of the week. Andrew, are you suffering from early dementia or are you drunk when you do some of these videos? 4 question marks. Not taking the mick, but you have progressively got worse over the past 12 to 18 months, and I cringe for you. Heart, 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 heart. I love you and care. Kiss, kiss. You are at the point of slurring. My first reaction was, none taken. Thank you for caring, but I don't drink. It gives me sinus headaches, so I stopped doing it years ago. My IQ is above average and holding steady, thank you. I have asked other people if they feel I am slurring, and the consensus of opinion was not at all. So, thank you again, but I would probably recommend not doing too much of the online DIY doctor diagnosis thing in the future. Lots of love, hearts and kisses. And thank you for the smile you brought to the AAR household. You know, this had me thinking, and maybe it will become a weekly feature. The comment of the week. Who knows? Stay safe and shoot safe, everyone. And thank you for watching, supporting, and of course, caring. Bye for now. See you next week.